So today we'll be working on this illustration. It's actually an 8 pieces top. Okay, so this particular one is not the type you say, okay, I'm making the front 4 pieces and the back just normal. No, this one, if you want that flay to be full like that, you have to make it the same front and back. So front is going to be 4 pieces, back is going to be 4 pieces, and then the peplum side of it. I'll be creating my borderline of 1 inch. This is it. And I'll make my normal basic bodies. Okay. Now from the waistline that I'm seeing here, it's 3.5 inch because a little bit of the shoulder is showing. So I will mark my 3.5 inch like so. My shoulder line is 8 inches. I will mark it like so. Okay, I will mark it like so. Now my number is still 09033234908. So anytime you send me illustration for me to illustrate, please do understand that I always used to cut it out and try it out on my own on a pieces before bringing it here, so that I'll give you the correct information. Okay, so if you give me an illustration to illustrate, it takes a little bit of time. Okay, but I give you my time and I'll try to work towards it. I'm actually supposed to drop 2 illustrations today, but I think I'll be dropping just one. The remaining the other one I'm going to drop it tomorrow. So if I promised you Monday, please look out for it today, or the remaining I'll give you tomorrow. Okay, so let's go into this tutorial. So I have my shoulder line here. Now bear in mind that this sleeve, the particular sleeve for this top is not stretchy. This sleeve is not stretchy. So if you want yours to be fitted the way this sleeve here that you are seeing is fitted, okay, watch till the end of the video. This video might be in 2 parts, but I guess I'm trying to see if I can finish it in one. Okay, so let's go right into this tutorial. So the neckline we are seeing is 3 inches. Okay, we mark our 3 inches here and we mark our 3 inches here. Okay, just so from here you're just going to make a smooth curving. Okay, now our shoulder line is 8 inches, right? I'm going to still be using it for my armhole. Okay, so my armhole is going to be 8 inches plus 1 inch, which is 9 inches. Okay, which is 9 inches here. Now I'm going to make sure it's up to 8 inches. Okay, now I will roll connecting my line. I will extend my armhole line. Okay, I will go ahead to mark my bust line. Okay, I will mark my under bust. Okay, I will mark my waistline. Now do not look at this top that it has a half cut. It doesn't have a half cut. It doesn't have a waist cut. We call it half length, some people call it half cut. It doesn't have it. So it went straight down to the hip. Okay, from the hip you just come up by an inch or 2 inches, and this is my my hip is 25, so I'm going to be coming up by 2 inches, which is 23. I mark my 23 here. Okay, the same thing you mark 2 ways. Okay, so that you will make sure that your line is going to be straight. And this is the hem of my blouse. Now if you look at it very well, you will see that there's a princess dart there. Armhole princess dart. Look at it very well, you will see it. Armhole princess dart. That's what they did there. So now I'm putting my bust span, and for me my bust span is 4 inches. I will mark my 4 inches right here. Okay, I will mark my 4 inches right here. Okay, mark my 4 inches right here. Okay, we are going to be coming down by 1 inch. Okay, you mark your 1 inch. Now there's a standard measurement for slanting our shoulder, which is 3 inches, but 3.5 is close to it, so we are going to be using the 3.5 that we marked. Okay, it won't really make any much difference. Now we are going to be getting the halfway of the remaining. Okay, from here to here we get the halfway, and then we are going to connect it to our bust point. Some people just go ahead to just use their curve ruler to connect, but me, I will prefer to do it. Some people just go ahead to do this. Okay, I don't know how it's going to be, but you can see that placing it like this, the curve went up much. Okay, but when you do it the normal way we used to do it, the curve will not push up more to the neckline. Okay, you can see how it is. You can see the difference between here and here. It's much. So I won't want to do that. I want to go ahead with how we are used to doing it. Okay, so I'm going to be coming in here by 1/2 inch, right? So I'm going to connect from here. Okay, now I'm going to be imputing my bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches, right? Bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches is here, and I mark it like so. I come right down to it. Okay, using my curved ruler. So on your own fabric, okay, use your curved ruler. I like drafting on pattern paper and transferring to fabric. That way I'll be sure I'm transferring the correct thing. So on your bust point again, you still mark your bust divided by 4, bust circumference divided by 4 plus 2 inches. This is under bust. We mark our under bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance. Here we are still going to mark our waist divided by 4 plus 2 inches. We mark it. Then here we are going to be imputing our hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches, and we have it somewhere right here. Now we work on our armhole. Go up by 1/2 inch, come down by 1/2 inch, and that is 1 inch, right? So from here we come up by 1 inch, okay, and then we connect that 1/2 inch to this one. We connect again this 1/2 inch to this one, connect to this one, then we extend this particular one because we are going to be creating. We measure from here, okay, to here 1 inch. That is 1/2 plus 1/2 that we remove. We measure 1/2 inch, and then we bring this one down. Okay, we bring it down. Okay, we bring it down. Now we are going to be coming down by 1 inch here. Okay, we come in by 1 inch by this side and come in by 1.5 inch by this side. 1 inch by this side, right, and 1.5 inch by this side. You also come down here 1 inch and also come out here 1.5 inch. Okay, so we are going to connect everything. Okay, we are going to be coming down here by 1 inch and bringing out this one by 1 inch. Okay, and then we connect. Okay, then we make sure that there's no sharp ending. Now by what I have done now, okay, there's no need for under bust tightening again. Okay, there's no need for under bust tightening. I have done straight up what we are supposed to do. Okay, so now we are done. All we need to do now is make sure that there's no sharp curves. Now we are going to be working on this. There's this cutout in front that is made of white material and has stones placed on it. Okay, now when you get to your bust line, just come in by 2 inches. Okay, you come in by 2 inches. Then on the waistline is where it totally disappeared, right? It totally disappeared on the waistline. Now from the shoulder line, okay, you can see that it came from the shoulder line. Okay, it came this way from the shoulder line. It came this way from the shoulder line. Okay, you can see it came this way from the shoulder line and it got to this side. Okay, it came from the shoulder line and like so. Okay, now we now finish up with our darts. All right, so now this one, we removed one from here, remove 1.5 here, that is 2.5. We add it here. 1.5 here, 1 inches here, 1.5 here, we add it here. Then 1 plus 1, we add it here. Okay, and then we connect our lines. Do you understand? Okay, let me make it a straight line. And that is all for this particular top. Remember that the back pattern is going to still be 4 pieces, but you know you're not going to be removing this that from the back pattern. But whatever I did to the front, that is what I'm going to do to the back. Okay, all these that lines will be there, just that the number of that you are going to remove is minimal. On the waistline, just remove 1 inch, that's all. Then on the armhole, don't remove anything at all. Then make sure you add 1/2 inch. Okay, so let's cut it out now. Okay, so this is our fabric. Now this is going to be on fold. This is going to be on this cutout. Don't bother about how you are going to join it to this one. I will show you. Just join it anyhow you like. Whatever happened there is what that trimming you are seeing covered. Okay, that's what the trimming that you are seeing covered. Now this one you are going to cut into two. Now it's only, remember that you are going to be padding this one. I have done a video on how to pad your princess dart. Please scroll down to the description box below, and you are going to see the link there to watch how you are going to pad it. All these places after you have joined it will be padded. Okay, all these places including this one, but you need to join these ones. You need to join all of them together first before you um before you pad it. Now secondly, from this waistline to this place is where the gorget is. Okay, we are going to be attaching a gorget to this top. That is what gave it that peplum outlook. Okay, so the peplum, the gorget will now be in places. In this place I'm going to point out now, there's one here, there's one here, there's another one on the other side too. Okay, making how many? 3. And there's one here by the 2 sides of the back. Okay, you are going to have joined all these things before you start adding that gorget. Okay, so let's go ahead to cut out that gorget, and I will show you how to cut it out. Okay, depending on how wide you want your peplum to be, that will determine what you are going to be attaching here. For me, I want it to be very wide, so I can afford to attach even up to 12 inches. Do you understand? I can afford to attach up to 12 inches. But if you like, if you want it just small, you can make it 6 inches. But me, I will prefer to add 12 inches. So now when you add 12 inches, 12 into 6 places, you know how many yards that is. So your peplum will really pop well. Okay, you can add as much as 20 inches. Now you know what will be comfortable and what will balance here is what you are going to be adding. Now you are going to be using another plain fabric that is going to match very well with whatever is in the ankara. Please avoid using off color. Using a color that is not in that ankara at all, it will not blend. So make sure that you are adding a color that is in this ankara. Now let's go ahead and let me show you how you can be able to place your gorgets. We are going to be cutting out these ones again. Okay, so that you know this is on in 2 places. This is unfold by this area in 2 places, and this is unfold. Let's go ahead to cut it out so that you will understand. Remember that it's only here that is unfold. Okay, now when you are placing it, make sure it's like this. If you go and place it like this, you are going to get a different pattern totally. Make sure that it's like this. Let this place that is unfold guide you. Okay, this is the only place that is going to be straight, and then here will look like this. Okay, any other thing short of this one, you will make mistake. So instead of this and this, right? Okay, we now have this. Okay, we now have this. Okay, and we now have this. Now we are going to number it to avoid making mistakes. We are going to call this 1, we are going to call this 2, we are going to call this 3, we are going to call this 4, and we are going to call this 5. Reason being that we are going to be separating this one. Okay, now that thing that was placed in the center that gave us the flame already, please let's make sure you notch your waistline. Okay, you will notch this area for you to know where the waist is. Okay, you will notch it very well before you. I want to assume that this particular one is your fabric, but if you want, you can still cut it out on pattern. Okay, now we go over to the gorget. We want to create the gorget now. You will place, just to guide you, but you know that when cutting your own, I don't want to pieces my cardboard sheet. Now when placing the gorget, when cutting the gorget, I want my gorget to be 12. It depends on how wide you want your own gorget. Okay, it depends on how wide you want your own gorget. Now I want to assume that my gorget, if I'm the one cutting, I would have cut straight, but because this is for tutorial, I want to place it so that everybody will see how it's done. Now I can want my gorget to be as wide as 12 inches. I can want it to be as wide as 15 inches. I can want it to be as wide as 20 inches. Now you know how you want the fullness of the flay to be. Now this is what you do. This is your waistline, which is where the gorget started from. I want mine to be 12 inches. Now you know I'm working on a mini measurement. So call that 12 inches, that this is 12 inches, right? This is 12 inches. Now mark here on the pattern under. When another thing you have to take note of is, please, the material for the gorget should be a color that is exactly in this ankara. If not, it will be off. Make sure, keep looking for it until you see a color that is here, that is in this ankara, that belongs to this one. If you use any color that is not matching, it will make your work not to be fine. So on this particular fabric, you are going to place it like so, because the gorget and the blouse itself is going to be on the same hemline. Okay, so you mark so that you know that this is the beginning. Now I will measure my 12 inches, and I have my 12 inches like so. This is it here. Okay, this is my 12 inches here. Now I will shift this one again to this side. Do you understand? And I will mark my 12 inches again. Okay, I will remove this one first. This one does not have anything to do with gorget. Now I will mark my 12 inches again, and I'll mark here. Okay, then I'll place it again like so. I will place it again like so. I will mark here, and I will place it again like so. Okay, and I will mark here. Okay, now I will place this one here. Do you understand? We are going to be joining these ones first. Okay, we are going to be joining these ones first before we now talk of the two sides, which is after we have joined the front, we've joined the back, then we will now talk of the gorget that will be at the side, because even the side will be 12 inches. Okay, now you will come down here and mark here, come down and mark here, come down and mark here, come down and mark here, You mark here and you mark, raise this one up to mark here. Okay, so you shift it. The gadget areas we have was this, okay, was this, and then was this one. Now we are going to be cutting out. Okay, now you are going to have something like this. I decided to use a different color so it will be easier to identify. Now this is how my pattern is now looking. So this is how a pattern will now be looking. Okay, now you go ahead and join all here down and stop. After, remember, when you are done cutting, this is a separate fabric, right? You are going to join from here all straight down to the waist, you stop. You join from all here straight down to the waist, you stop. You join from here all to the down, you stop. And you join from here all to the waist, you stop. Okay, all these are now together like so, because I have joined it like I said you should join. You are now together, right? Now this is my gadget. This is where I will now choose whether I want this length to be flay or I want it to be pleated. Now there are some fabrics that come pleated. If that is the one to use, that's fine. But knowing that when you use that one, the possibility that this person might not be taking it to the dry cleaner to always iron that pleat will not be there. Before you know, your style turns to something else. Or you cut it flay. You use this measurement and this length to cut normal 360 flay. But from the style you are seeing, it was pleated. Now this is what you are going to do to this fabric. You pleat it. You pleat it. Okay. Now I will advise, when doing something like this, please use something like thick dutchess or thick satin. Okay, thick satin. Now when you do it this way, you have already pleated the fabric, right? Go to the machine and carefully stitch here together. You stop. Turn here, stitch it together, you stop. Turn here, stitch it together, you stop. Turn here and stitch it, so it will remain permanently pleated. So even if the person wash it and does not iron, your cloth will remain this way. What did I say? Stitch here slightly, that is only who looks at it will see it. Stitch here again, stitch here again, stitch here again. It will remain permanently this way. Okay, and you will have something like this. And you will have something like this. Okay, you will have something exactly like this. And that's just basically all. Now when cutting this fabric, okay, don't worry yourself about what happened there. Just cut out this fabric like this. That is before padding, because you know that when you're padding, you pad all straight. Now cut out this fabric, just place it, add extra like 0.25 inches, just extra inches. Place it, don't worry yourself about joining, just place it, because what will make you want to join it might start reducing this thing if you are not careful. So to be on the safer side, just lay it on this one, lay it on it, lay it on this one. Don't worry, just lay it. Now when you finish laying it, that is the work of that trimming you are seeing. There's a black trimming on it this way, there's a black trimming on it this way. Now on that black trimming, apply your stones. That is all. But there's this trimming that looks like that has stone, but that one is more expensive. This one I've told you now is 50 naira per yard. It's shiny, a little bit shiny. Run it on it like this, run it on it like this, apply your stone, apply stone to this one, and that is basically all. Now there's a video on how to make suit sleeve. This particular sleeve that you are seeing on this Ankara is suit sleeve. That is why you see this place lapping properly, so that the person can move the hand like this. There's a way you cut your own, the person can't move this hand. So you need to go watch that tutorial for you to know how to cut suit sleeve. I don't know if it has been uploaded, but if it has not been uploaded, let me know in the comment section. I will upload it for you. Now, if what I explained, why I don't want to cut the fabric is because I've explained all this before, but it's just like this one is a little bit technical. That's why I decided to cut it again on pattern. Okay, so but if you feel that what I have explained you still do not get it, ask me your questions in the comment sections and I will reply. Or you just tell me that you need a fabric part tutorial of it, and I will do just that. Thank you, and I hope you're waiting for our master class that is about to very close. I'm sure you will not regret joining that master class. If you want to learn sewing, come online. Come online. Do you know I prefer learning on YouTube than even learning in the conventional shops. I'm not saying you shouldn't learn in the conventional shop, but online you have varieties, okay? But when you're in a conventional shop, you are restricted to what your madam knows or what your boss knows, okay? And as you do so, may God bless your hustle for you in Jesus' name. And for all those that are showing me love, I have people sending me cards, I have people sending me money. For all of you, your pockets will not run dry. Whatever you lay your hands will prosper. Thank you so much for watching this, for being on this channel. See you guys in the next video.